For most people, travel is a matter of schedules and traffic. For the President of the United States, movement is something else entirely. A carefully engineered system built to protect continuity, maintain operational focus, and avoid unwanted uncertainty. The question isn't whether the President can get from one place to another. The question is how to do it with speed, reliability, and layered security, every single time. If you enjoy stories like this, hit like and subscribe. There are plenty more documentary-style journeys into history, technology, and modern operations ahead. The presidency is often described as a leadership role, but it also functions as a symbol of national stability. That symbolism shapes everything around it, including transportation. Travel arrangements must reflect the weight of the office, combining advanced technology with strict planning and quiet coordination. Commercial travel is not treated as a default option. Instead, the President typically moves through a dedicated network of aircraft, vehicles, and teams designed to keep schedules flexible and risks controlled. In the air, the most recognizable symbol is Air Force One, widely seen as one of the safest places a president can be. But the airborne picture starts earlier, often with a helicopter. For short hops, the president may fly under the call sign Marine One, a helicopter used to move quickly between secure points, such as from the White House to a nearby airbase where Air Force One can depart. On the ground, the president travels in an armored limousine commonly nicknamed the Beast, supported by a large motorcade. These systems are not simply impressive to watch. They are maintained and protected through constant effort by the Secret Service and the U.S. military. A presidential motorcade is a moving operation. It often begins with motorcycle police clearing traffic and creating a controlled path. Over time, especially after World War II and the wider adoption of armored limousines, convoys evolved into a highly organized blend of security and logistics. When flags are visible and sirens echo, it may look ceremonial. Under the surface, it's a protocol, defined, regulated, and executed with careful discipline. The Secret Service is central to this structure, not only as protection, but as a coordinating actor responsible for how the entire movement functions. The motorcade's structure is built for clarity. In many cases, a route car and a pilot car move at the front to verify the planned path in real time, watching for changes that could require an immediate adjustment. Behind them, a lead car often acts as the decision-making core, monitoring timing, pace, and coordination. Law enforcement vehicles, sometimes described as sweepers, help keep roads clear so the convoy can maintain steady movement rather than repeatedly stopping. The convoy can be large, sometimes reaching dozens of vehicles. Each one has a specific purpose: communication support, coordination, protection, medical readiness, press transport, and in some cases decoys designed to complicate prediction. Whenever Air Force One arrives, whether on domestic or foreign soil, procedures often include layered coordination between the Secret Service, local law enforcement, and aviation authorities. Airports may reserve a block of time so that Air Force One can land and taxi with minimal surrounding traffic, creating space for controlled movement. While the aircraft may be supported by military assets, it is also common to have additional aircraft available as contingency options in case of an emergency. The goal is not to appear dramatic. It is to keep options open. The vehicles themselves reflect a mindset of preparedness. Modern presidential limousines are designed to function as protected environments, with secure communications capability and equipment intended for rare but serious scenarios. These vehicles are also subjected to extensive checks before deployment, verifying that systems function properly and that protective features meet expectations. It's a world where "probably fine" is not a meaningful standard. Everything must be known, tested, and monitored. Once an itinerary is established, an advance group may arrive early and remain on site until the main group arrives. Meanwhile, the military office coordinates arrangements for Air Force One and supporting aircraft, while the Secret Service finalizes motorcade routes and security patterns. It is a layered process: diplomacy, logistics, and protection woven together into a plan that can absorb change without losing control. In popular culture, Air Force One is often treated as a single, specific aircraft. In reality, it is a call sign used by air traffic control for any U.S. Air Force fixed-wing aircraft carrying the president. The idea of a special presidential call sign dates back decades, but purpose-built presidential aircraft emerged during the Second World War era. One early milestone was a modified Douglas C-54 Skymaster used for presidential travel, remembered by the nickname Sacred Cow. Over time, as aviation technology advanced, presidential aircraft evolved as well. The shift from piston engines to jet power changed speed, range, and reliability, making air travel even more central to presidential mobility. From the 1960s onward, Boeing aircraft became closely associated with presidential air transport. The modern aircraft commonly linked to the Air Force One role is a heavily modified Boeing 747-200B, designated VC-25, with a specific tail number often referenced in public reporting. Beyond the current generation, one of the most emblematic aircraft in this history is the modified Boeing 707, known as SAM-26000. It carried multiple presidents across a pivotal era and became a recognized symbol during the Cold War. Design also mattered. The iconic exterior color scheme is often connected to First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy and industrial designer Raymond Loewy, shaping an image meant to project calm authority and modern capability. Inside, presidential aircraft were equipped to support leadership in transit, communications, work areas, and systems that allowed the president to remain connected. Over the years, these planes came to function as more than transportation. They became mobile command centers and flying diplomatic platforms. Presidential visits can include complex settings, sometimes even aircraft carriers. In such cases, support staff, security teams, and key personnel often arrive first to prepare the environment. When the president's helicopter approaches, the scene combines tradition with modern procedure, organized welcomes, formal protocols, and security measures that remain active even in moments that look ceremonial. The Secret Service forms a protective cordon around the aircraft, not only guarding the president, but also protecting the helicopter as the reliable means of departure. On a ship at sea, that aircraft represents a critical path off the deck, so it receives careful attention. Another layer of protection is the use of multiple similar helicopters flying together. The president's helicopter rarely travels alone. Often, several identical aircraft accompany the formation as decoys, making it difficult to identify which aircraft carries the president. This technique is one of many ways unpredictability is introduced into potential threat planning. It illustrates a basic principle of presidential movement: reduce certainty for anyone outside the operation, while increasing certainty inside it. Seen from a distance, the system can look like a spectacle: motorcycles, flags, aircraft, formations, and tightly timed arrivals. But the purpose is practical. The president must be able to travel quickly, respond to events, and maintain continuity of leadership. That requires a transportation network that is resilient, carefully maintained, and backed by teams trained to manage both routine schedules and sudden changes. In the end, presidential transportation is not defined by a single vehicle or aircraft. It's defined by coordination: the advanced teams that survey locations, the agencies that build schedules, the crews that maintain aircraft and vehicles, and the security professionals who plan routes and protect movement. Each trip, whether a short flight across a city or an international journey across oceans, is a reminder that modern leadership often depends on invisible systems working in harmony, quietly, precisely, and without room for improvisation. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss new documentary-style journeys from the past.